Well, fine, good afternoon all. This is Patricia and I am traveling for history. I'm in Royalton, Vermont today, and the building in front of us is the St. Paul's Episcopal Church. Built in 1836, it is a prominent early example of Gothic Revival architecture in the state and is one of the oldest surviving public buildings in Royalton's historic village center. Now deconsecrated and maintained by the Royalton Historical Society, it was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2001. St. Paul's Episcopal Church stands at the junction of Bridge Street and Route 14 near the center of Royalton's historic early village center. And as I do a pan around, you can see all sorts of older buildings. The building, the grayish building, is the Royalton Academy, opened in 1807, and there's a church there, and other buildings that it's certainly reminiscent of a tavern to me, but it could have been just a house. This church is a single-story wood frame structure with a gabled roof, clapboarded exterior, and stone foundation. A 3-story square tower projects from the center of the front facade, topped by a flat roof with a broad bracketed cornice with a balustrade above. So let's break down a few things before we continue. The balustrade above is that right there. The belfry is this portion right here. And this is the gabled roof they're talking about. Gothic, this is the belfry stage, features a Gothic arched louvered opening. The main entrance is in the base of the tower, framed by pilasters and a cornice. Pilasters are columns built into the wall, so we can see, almost see from here. That's a pilaster, and that is a pilaster as well. The cornice is talking about this piece above the door. Also, right here is a small Trinity window. I don't see those very often. Beautiful, isn't it? It's really unusual. And I like unusual. The interior space, although now missing some of its religious trappings due to its deconsecration, retains a number of distinctive 19th century features, including stencil work on the walls and cornice, an 1840s pipe organ, and kerosene light fixtures. The church was built in 1836 and was probably based on plans supplied by John Henry Hopkins, the first bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Vermont, and an early proponent of the Gothic Revival style. Its circa 1842 organ was built by William Nutting Jr., a self-taught organ maker from nearby Bethel. Much of the building's stained glass dates to the 1880s and later, when the interior underwent some restyling to meet Victorian fashion trends. The congregation was always relatively small and typically shared a minister with other nearby churches. Public outcry stopped one call for its deconsecration in the early 1970s, but was finally closed by the diocese in 1996. The building was then acquired by the Royalton Historical Society, which maintains it as a community resource. I presume the latter portion of that is still true, but you can see there's still stained glass in there. I can see it from here. Let's do a bit of a walk around and see what the building, how great it looks elsewhere around the building, shall we? There is a road right here, which I've already seen cars on. I actually used it as well. We can definitely see the stone foundation. These should keep you from driving into the front of the building. Just looking at the tops here, it almost looks like they stuck a couple of pair of scissors in the top. The handles look like that to you? And over here too. Now, this would certainly be for, my guess is roping something off. But really interesting. Apparently this quote-unquote pair of scissors got broken along the way. Looks like granite blocks on the ground. And look at this fancy doorknob. I usually think of doorknobs like this on the inside sides of buildings, but no. Beautiful doorknob. And no one has left the light on for us, so I guess it's not open for us. Here you see the stained glass windows still intact, and although I often see them behind plexiglass, it is behind chicken wire instead. That one is clear glass, but this was a stained glass window here. And as we continue to walk around the building, there are 3 more stained glass windows over here. I'm a little surprised for a Gothic Revival style building that the windows are squared off in rectangles. Usually they have the curved tops. That's what I'm used to seeing. How about you? I mean, there's no reason why they couldn't have had rectangular windows. Maybe that element hadn't come into existence when this was built. And more, I think of this as a pattern from a jack of diamonds. Maybe that's just me. It has been, it poured yesterday. There was a tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warnings, lots of thunderstorms yesterday. A great day to get your car washed by Mother Nature herself. We can see stacked stone on the bottom here. Another stained glass window in the back. There's also that smaller window. I wonder if there's a bathroom there. You know, more of a modern addition. That looks like a gorgeous window there. I'd love to be able to get inside and see. I don't want to jinx myself, but the grass here doesn't seem as slick as I expected it to be. Ooh. This portion, though, isn't looking very good. Although, I wonder, well, do they have gutters on this building? No gutters that I can see. That's a good way to kill the building, is not having gutters on it, that's for sure. You can see it looks like some stones have become dislodged over here, and some over here as well. But who knows? Given the number of centuries this has been standing, who knows if that's just been a more recent activity. It appears to have a bolt hole there, and another one here. Interesting. And 3 more of these stained glass windows, similar to the other side, Jack of Diamonds pattern, also similar to the other side. And there I say we have a trifecta similar to the other side. Another clear glass right here, and it's a pretty similar design to the other side. Let's go see, just to double check that against my memory, which don't ever hesitate to call into question my memory. Oh yeah, symmetrical. I like that a lot. So, again, this is the St. Paul's Episcopal Church here in Royalton, Vermont. Royalton is closer to the New Hampshire border than where I live. All right, well, as always, thank you so much for coming with me today. I appreciate it. Until I see you again, I hope you have a very fabulous rest of your day. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. I shall see you soon. Bye now.